All right. This is 411 Sports Talk Radio, 411RadioNetwork.com. I am here with Tamika V and the incomparable Dr. Rock. First of all, let me start. What's going on, Tamika? How you doing?
What's that? I'm good. I'm so glad to be out of this weather.
Oh yeah. It came down like cats and dogs today, didn't it?
There was a flood on top of a flood.
Dang. Noah, so did we ever get the ark out of the flood? Or is the ark still riding down the street?
I think the ark is still riding down 35.
All right, well, let's see if we can get them to stop that. All right, and our featured guest today. If you're from Dallas, you know him from K104. And if you're truly from Dallas, you know him from Shamrock. This is Dr. Rock. If you're from LA, you know him from the World Class Wrecking Crew.
Come on.
And the Feeling Fresh Crew.
I was going to say, let's see how far you can go back.
I got the World Class Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
That's about as far as I can go. But World Class was like in '83.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, do you go further back than that? I remember Shamrock, but Shamrock was in the '80s.
Yeah, no. That's as far as those go back. I just wanted to see how good you were. I thought you were going to take me to the wound or something.
No. But I can take you to what you first started on 107, didn't you?
Okay. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then the battle was between you and Uche.
Correct.
That's at 10 o'clock battle. You and Uche. And we would always, because Uche was on K104 at 10 o'clock.
Correct. Well,
we would always
on KNON first.
He was on KNON first? Okay.
First,
I would always switch it over to yours because your mixing was bad. Your mixing was out. I said, okay, he's better. It's just my own humble opinion. I said, he's better than Uche. Uche had that slow mix. You know, you had that make him get him dance mix.
He can mix. I used to give him a lot of credit. He was a great mixer. God rest his soul.
Yeah. But you was good though. But then found out.
Wait a minute. What you mean was?
What'd you say? Like he's not. He's right there. Stand.
Okay, you're good.
It was, man. What you mean was?
All right, you're good.
Oh, okay. All right.
But then going found out you was at Shamrock, and you had your little bodyguard crew down. Because Shamrock, you had your bodyguards. You had your bodyguards. Yeah. Shamrock stopped being a skating rink.
It stopped being a skating rink because it turned into a party.
Yeah.
Well, we couldn't put enough people in there, so that was the whole purpose of. Well, actually, that started at Twilight.
Twilight sure did, and you couldn't put not a lot of people in Twilight.
So we made them take the skates off, and then that's when the party got really good because that's when it became at an average right around 3,000 people a night.
Oh yeah, it was packed. And you had crews and corners. Everybody had their crew, and everybody sat in a particular corner. So you had crews in the corners and the people on the dance floor.
Correct.
That's what it was.
Correct.
That's what it was. But talk to me about how did you get from? First of all, talk to me about how did you get to World Class Wrecking Crew?
Actually, we all grew up in the same neighborhood. Lonzo was the leader, and he used to have a thing called Disco Construction. That was the name of his production company. And we all lived in the same neighborhood, all of us. And it's just out of that what I call a 5-mile radius area came a lot of superstars. You'd be surprised.
Sure did.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Wow.
So you
tell people it was in the water.
Huh?
I used to tell people it was in the water.
Something in the water. Yep. We can go taste the water.
Yeah.
Maybe I can mix and scratch. So you started out as a DJ at World Class Wrecking Crew, right?
After dark. I was 16 years old.
Were you able to kind of do did you rap or something like that, or you just straight mixing?
At that time, I was trying to rap. I was just learning. I was just learning the craft at the same time. I was learning to become a good DJ and learning how to rap at the same time. But I used to do a lot of pop locking. So
yeah,
that was the thing. I was a dancer, man. I loved doing that.
So who came up with the Cabbage Patch?
That would be Dr. Dre.
Okay.
Dr. Dre.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad jam right there. And everybody was Cabbage Patching at the time.
That made me want a Cabbage Patch now.
Yeah, that was great.
So then you moved on, and then did you come up with Fila Fresh Crew, or?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to love the guy with a Nike hat on. I used to love wearing Filas back then. Yeah, I was
about to ask you, did you name the Fila Fresh Crew after the shoes?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Actually, the Fila store, I was on the radio here at the time. The Fila store would actually give me free merchandise all the time when I walked in the door.
Oh, heck yeah. We're going to name something after you. Oh, that was easy right there, wasn't it?
I started wearing it, and then, we came up with the name because we all were wearing them.
Mm-hmm.
We all got it for free.
So did you start the Fila Fresh Crew here in Dallas, or did you start it in LA?
I did. I started here in Dallas.
When did you move to Dallas?
Came to Dallas to go to college, to University of Texas.
Okay.
And that was I was coming, and I wasn't planning on DJing at all. And Uche was here in Dallas, and he was doing KNOK. Mm-hmm. And so I guess when he made the transition to leave KNOK to go to K104, I got a call from Dwayne Dancer in Fort Worth. At that time, he was the program director. And he said, "Hey, man, how would you, like to do this for us?" And I said, "Well, you do know, I was coming to Dallas every now and then to go to Fort Worth to DJ at some clubs in Fort Worth, just messing around, making extra money." And he said, "How would you like to come and do this?" I said, "Well, you do realize I'm in school." And he said, "That's what they make planes for, young man."
Wow.
Got on the plane.
Yeah. Fly jocking when Tom was fly jocking.
Yeah. Dwayne is a real good friend of mine. Been knowing him for years and years.
Yeah, he's my mentor. That's my mentor.
Yeah. So once you did that, you figured, how'd you meet the DLC?
Now that was me. I would do little things in West Dallas, and they would show up to parties, and I heard him rap one day, and I just said, "Wow." And I actually called Lonzo in LA. I said, "Man, this dude here, man, y'all may want to take a listen to this dude." And then I thought about it, and I said, "Well, why am I fattening frogs for snakes? I'm gonna do this myself." And so I decided to start a record company, and that's how we came about. We became a crew.
Okay.
Me, DLC, and Fresh K. Well, it was Doc T then. It wasn't DLC. It was Doc T and Fresh K.
Okay, so that's how that whole connection came about. So you guys doing Fila Fresh Crew, you got Dunk the Funk, you got 3 the Hard Way, you got I'm trying to think some of the others. I Hate to Go to Work.
My favorite.
And then Toughest Man Alive. Your favorite Hate to Go to Work, huh?
Yeah, because I did it all myself.
Okay. I'm telling you,
first record I ever did.
I tried to re-download the video, but boy, that video is so funny. What restaurant were y'all in? What
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, really?
Chick-fil-A. That was the one in the back in the day in the Redbird Mall.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Chick-fil-A ever got really popular, that was one of the first Chick-fil-A's.
Wow.
Yeah, before it ever got popular.
So who got fired? I know somebody got fired on the video.
That was DLC.
DLC got fired on the video, didn't
he? Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And Fresh K fired him, huh?
Yeah, he did. No. That was the actual manager.
Oh.
They wanted to let us use it because we filmed it on a Sunday because remember they weren't open.
They don't open,
right.
Yeah. Boy, y'all packed that restaurant out.
Yeah, well,
that restaurant was packed.
Yeah, that video, yeah.
Yeah, but so that was probably some fun times, huh?
Oh, it was great. We had a ball back then. You know, when you start and you're learning how to do these things, everything is, I would say, controlled chaos. Is the best
Yeah.
way to say that. It's controlled chaos.
So were you
but
still doing were you still doing things with NWA?
Yeah, you know, our thing with it, believe it or not, most of our first album, 4 of those songs was Dre produced them.
Okay.
Toughest Man Alive, Drink It Up, which was a joke, but it turned out to be. Turned out to be. We were trying to finish the album, and we didn't have another song. That song was a joke. And
really,
Drink It Up was a joke, and it turned because I can't sing, but that's me doing it.
So did you have to get did you have to get Richard Pryor's permission to use his voice on the first part of it?
Richard Pryor voice ain't on there.
That I thought I heard his voice on the video.
was that your voice? Said
no, we imitated him. That's not his voice. Yeah, we imitated that.
It just sounded like him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we was doing Richard Pryor, but it wasn't Richard Pryor.
Okay. It just sounded like him, though.
It was the impersonators.
Winos never get nothing but running out of wine. Yeah, we imitated that.
Okay, that's pretty cool there. But that was a funny song. So you got 2 funny songs. 3 the Hard Way was hard.
Yeah. That was Dre. That was a mean song.
Yeah, it was hard. Yeah, and then Toughest Man Alive was nice. Toughest Man Alive almost reminded me of one of NWA songs.
NWA song.
Yeah, Dre produced it.
Oh, that okay.
Yeah.
So you guys that was pretty. Do you still keep up with him or?
No, man. When he became a gazillionaire, man, he don't hang with
nobody.
No, we don't. We haven't talked in years, man. We were great friends as kids and young youths, but no, not anymore.
So what was you going to school for?
Communications. I have a communications degree. It's somewhere behind me over there.
Hold on, right back there, right above his head.
Yeah,
it's
right
in with your hat. Everything is like black and white, so it's like blending in with the gray.
Yeah, let me use my bionic eyes and see where it is. Okay, I see now. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, when was the transition from getting out of? Because right now you're in the business world. So what was the transition from going from the music world to the business world?
You missed a whole 15 years, man. You just skipped right from boom to boom.
Okay, let's dig into the 15 years that I missed.
Yeah, man, I went.
You got to go back into the music.
Yeah, well, once I decided to stop doing music and just DJ. I mean, when I left K104 and went to New Orleans to Q93, where we didn't mesh at all. Me and the management from Q93 didn't mesh. So they basically paid me 2 years to sit down.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, basically. I never even got on the air the whole time I was there. Never got a chance to even get on the radio.
You was like, okay, you already paid me, so okay.
Told me show up to work for 5 days a week, and in the weekend you do what you want to do. And so the weekends I would come back to Dallas. Dang near every other weekend. Every other weekend I'd be on the road driving back to Dallas. I got so used to that run back and forth that it became second nature to me.
Wow.
You did all that without being on the air, and they still paid you.
They had to pay me as a contract.
Sign a contract.
Right. I didn't agree with the music when I got there.
Yes.
It's nothing personal. I just everything they did at that time was the same thing. It wasn't changing. It just
straight cookie cut.
The same music, the same beat. It's just I love New Orleans though, but man, at that time New Orleans was different. I just couldn't take every beat to be Juvenile. Just every beat. And my mindset wouldn't let me get there. But like I said before, I love the city. I mean, I've had some of the greatest people I've ever met live there.
Wow.
I wasn't too happy with let's say the best way to say that to be nice, because a lot of people from New Orleans are listening. The city is controlled. No, let me say this. The city is 70 something. This was before Katrina. The city was 70 something percent black, but it was controlled by 5% white.
I can see that.
80% of the black people that lived there worked in goods and services, and the other 20% lived off the system. And the mindset was not to grow, and that threw me off because that's not my thing. I believe in growing. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said before, there's some very nice and some very smart people in New Orleans. At that time, the way the city was going, and I think the mayor was Mayor Mark Mariel, and he was a black man. I just didn't like the way the city was going. It seemed like to me they should have been more trendy. They should have been more, with a black mayor. They should have been more in tune, with the black community, and they weren't. And I couldn't sit there. I couldn't.
What about the sound? Was the sound still just stagnant too? The whole sound was stagnant?
It was at that time. I mean, the radio stations were all the same. That was their things. That's what they did. I mean, there's a lot of great people come out of New Orleans, as you well know, big money.
Right. Yeah.
So, but it didn't do it for me. That's just a personal thing. That was for me. I couldn't, coming from the West Coast, listening to some of the South stuff, listening to the East Coast stuff. I'm a blend of all of that. And they just had, that radio station just wanted me to do one thing, one style, and it was just for the city. And I said, well, you do realize people come to visit this city constantly, right? Right. Yeah. And at the time, we just couldn't come eye to eye. So they never let me take the air.
So in that time period, who was taking your spot that you were supposed to use? Who was the DJ at that time?
Wild Wayne. Davey D and Wild Wayne. Yeah. Davey D. I was Davey D. Yeah, I was supposed to take Davey D's place. He was going someplace else. He left, and then Wild Wayne took his place. Yeah.
And then he just kept it the way they wanted to keep it, huh?
Man, listen, them dudes didn't even know their job was up for jeopardy.
Oh, wow.
I'm sitting in an apartment, going shopping every other day, eating all kind of food, getting fat as hell.
Did you have beignets?
Man, I do not like beignets. That's weird. I know everybody. I've
never had one, so I'm still waiting to try.
Everybody talks about how great they are. I didn't care for them, but you couldn't miss me with gumbo. I could eat gumbo every day.
Oh,
come on now. Yeah, give some gumbo and some seafood. We good to go.
I can eat gumbo. That was the place to live if you love gumbo, and I did.
Yeah, I was gonna say best for you in the best spot, huh? So
how to make it too. So I make some good gumbo.
Oh, you making gumbo too? Well, okay. Well, you learned from that.
Wait. Did he say you make the gumbo?
Yeah. Did you make it before you got there or after?
No. I got taught by this old lady who was I was a friend of her son's, and I was telling her they introduced me to crawfish for the first time, which I thought was crazy. They told me, let me tell you a quick story. I had never seen crawfish yet. They were telling me about it. And the guy lied to me and was lying to me, telling me that when they throw them in the water, they scream and holler. So for the whole week before the crawfish boil, I didn't gear myself up to get ready to listen to these little things. So I get over there, and the joke's on me. Everybody's in on the joke but me. So I'm sitting over there, and I'm sitting there going, I'm like, I want to hit. They scream. He said, man, these things scream like crazy. So they he dropped them in the water and nothing. I was like, what kind of damn? That wasn't no damn scream. Everybody cracking up laughing. I was the butt of their joke. And so I said, okay. I said, all right, y'all got me.
Y'all got me. Yeah, okay.
My first crawfish boil, and I had never been. So they taught me how to eat it and the whole 9 yards. I don't suck the head, but I definitely twist the tail and pinch. Yeah.
All right then. So
little baby lobsters.
After 2 years, what did you do after the 2 years? What was your next destination?
I came back to Dallas with no job. No job. I had the money, so I came back and I stayed with a friend that ended up being Tori from All Access, the group I produced. I stayed with her, her mom, and her grandma when I came back. Stayed over there in their other bedroom, and that's where I stayed for about 6 months before Tom Joyner called. Well, actually, ABC Radio Network called
Mm-hmm.
and offered me a job. And I said, okay, bet. You know, I had never been a straight up radio DJ. I've always been that DJ that was put on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually learned my craft when I went to work for ABC Radio Network. And in the course of doing that, Tom Joyner was getting ready to come over there. He called me. He says, hey, man, I want you. Well, let me say it like Tom says it. Say, man, I've got an idea. He said, man, I'd like for you to come work for us and be an engineer. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, you know, I'll just do the engineer thing for a little while. Well, the engineer thing turned in something a whole lot bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, he started doing the Sky shows. And he says, well, I got Dr. Rock, so you're going to DJ in the Sky shows. Sky shows blowed up.
Mm-hmm.
They went from having 50 people in them to 10,000.
Mm.
And it was averaging quite big. And when I left in 2007, Sky shows went away. So I can't say that I was the reason, but they went away.
You're hinting at it, you know.
You might as well just say it.
I'm not gonna say it, but y'all put two and two together, right?
When he left, Grace, aka Sky Show, left with him.
I'm not saying that.
But he's not saying it because of him. He's just saying it just happened that way.
I'm just saying it. All of a sudden, it didn't do as popular.
Somehow or another, people just forgot all about the Sky Show. I got you. It had nothing to do with you, but somehow or another.
No, had nothing to do with me.
Do me a favor.
I just found it ironic that.
Let me step back for a second. I see the Digital Underground. Talk to me about that Digital Underground.
Oh man, we those are good friends of mine, bro. I actually engineered a couple of songs on there. That's it. Okay. I was a ghost engineer.
What about Freaks of the Industry? Was you a part of that?
I got paid to shut up. I got paid to.
Okay. That's one of the baddest songs.
It is.
That's one of the damnest songs.
It is.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it alone.
Okay, so wait. So since we're talking about Digital Underground, right? Funny story. My dad, God rest his soul, was like 5'2" in height. But Digital Underground was his favorite R&B group.
Ooh.
Like my father, you know, he's like Mighty Clouds of Joy and everything, but when it came to R&B, hip hop, he loved Digital Underground.
Really?
On the skating ring floor, he would skate. As soon as the Humpty song came on, he's doing the Humpty.
Jeez.
All the way around the store. And then everybody is doing the Humpty with him because he loved Humpty. So I love how Shock G would play two roles. And back then I was a little naive, I was naive. So I'm sitting there like,
wait. Hold on.
Shock G had about 5 characters. You only saw 2.
Oh, that's right. Because he dressed up like with the bow tie. He was a nerd. And
Shock G was a very talented man. Is a very talented man.
Yeah.
I personally think he missed his calling. I think he should have been a comedian.
Oh yeah. Well, only thing he didn't play
would have been a huge comedian. I really believe that.
Yeah, because Digital Underground was the introducing Tupac into the fold.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tupac was a road dog then. He was just a roadie with them. And then they let him, hype man. They let him get on the.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Kind of, sort of.
Is that still one of
Tupac? Tupac used to. Tupac was he ghostwrited a couple things for them, man. Tupac was a lot bigger than a roadie. I don't know who told you the story, but he was a lot bigger than a roadie.
Well, I actually watched one of his things where he just was a hype man. He got on. If they needed him to do something, he'll do something. He'll do whatever they needed him to do. But you're saying
what he's saying is he actually wrote some of the. I
saw him when I was still in on the West Coast with the Wrecking Crew, and I'm telling you, everybody knew Pac was gonna be somebody. Yeah, that boy's talented. He was talented, and not when Just the World saw him before he ever Yeah, Pac was
Yeah,
the man.
He was already making loud noise. I mean, just with his speaking and the way he spoke and the way he carried himself before he even made it big.
His mom would be the one. You have a conversation with his mom, man, you want to run through a brick wall. So that kind of parenting, where he come from, that type of parenting, it's a wonder why he was what he was, because his mom, she was on him. She was right about everything she said. She kept her son strong, for real, for real.
That's a good thing.
All right, so fast forward, 2007. The Sky Crew is done with because you left. What was the next move after that?
He said Sky Crew done. I actually I had dabbled in real estate a little bit. I had a friend that owned a mortgage company, and so I told him, I said, I want to check this out. So I had put away a lot of money, so I wasn't hurting for any cash. So I said, let me try this. And I went to this company with this young lady named Janet Miller, who taught me the business. Absolutely taught me the business. Now, I didn't make a lot of money those first 2 years. Those first 2 years was quite hard. I actually thought I was going to give up. I said, well, I'm going to take my ass back to radio. And then all of a sudden it started clicking. And it went from making like $20-something thousand a year the first couple of years, and then it got into like the 50s and the 60s. I said, okay, it's getting better. And then when I finally made 100,000, I said, okay, now
I'm staying. I'm in.
Now we can do some work, and it's just gotten better since then. It's very cool.
So, are you still doing real estate? Are you real estate investing?
No. I'm a mortgage broker. So if you want to buy a house, you come to me.
I can come to you.
Money.
Hello.
I give you the money. I sell you. This is how it works with a mortgage broker. Get the money from the bank. Give it to you to buy the house. Take your house and sell your note, because that's a note. Now sell it to the bank back for a profit.
Right.
And you knew none of that before you started, huh?
Had no idea. I learned the majority of the business from Janet Miller. And if she's watching,
much love.
Yeah.
So do you do a lot of speaking about real estate now?
I get a lot of people talking to me because I've learned a lot in this business. It's kind of like when radio, you study your craft. If you don't study your craft, you ain't gonna be any good at it. So I kind of I dove in head first once I realized there was some real money could be made, even during the crisis. And I got into business when it was a crisis, because the mortgage crisis started at that time.
Was that when 300 people got sent down for doing some faulty mortgaging?
Nationwide. I remember that.
Yeah, nationwide.
Nationwide.
Yeah, nationwide.
Countrywide.
Yeah,
countrywide. All of that stuff was when I got into the business. So people always tell me, "Oh, you missed the boom. You missed the boom." I say, "I'm making money, and I don't know what the boom is, so I can care less." So I can imagine if I had been doing it during this boom, ain't no telling, because there were people getting $500,000 homes with a 500 credit score.
Yeah.
I mean, they were. And then the problem was, this is how the boom happened. What they were doing was they were getting these people in these high interest loans, that these loans have like an arm, and at 2 years this arm would balloon, and then people would just refinance their house because the value of the house was supposed to go up. Well, needless to say, the values went down. So the balloon came up, and all of a sudden you got all these people. You couldn't refinance it because the houses was upside down. So people started losing their houses, and I'm talking about not no small houses. They were losing big houses.
Over in Lake Ridge, in that city.
Lake Ridge was the worst. Some people went as far as to burn houses down. If you remember, Lake Ridge had a lot of fires.
Yeah, just get that insurance and Walk away.
So few people got caught, a few people didn't. Some people went to jail, some didn't. But it was a big mess. But needless to say, got it together.
They had to straighten all that stuff out there. So when you listen to music, what are you listening for now? I mean, since you're out of the business and you're, you do something here and there, but what do you listen to when you listen to music now?
Man, believe it or not, I know this sounds crazy, but I listen to old school, slow music. I don't know why. I just do.
Yeah.
I listen to more of that than I listen to hip hop. I'm confused with a little hip hop right now.
It ain't hip hop.
No, you're not the only one.
It's not hip hop.
Right? That's not hip hop. That's trap.
Yeah. Well, yeah, trap music. I'm a little thrown with trap music. But don't get me wrong. Some of this stuff I like, and it's only because of the beat.
Yeah.
But as far as the rapping is concerned,
can't understand it.
You can't understand it. It makes no sense. It's nothing like the way music was back in the 80s and the 90s.
Well, you had to have a skill like DLC. You had to have a skill to write those type of lyrics. Now you just got to look around the room, find something, come up with a beat, make a hook, and then say anything you want outside of that hook.
Look at that white bar, look at that white bar. I bet that's a bad song.
What you say? Look at that. No, you talk about that mortgage when you talk about that.
Hit that loop, put a little song behind it, and next thing you know,
that's it. You got to be.
Go on and start talking about whatever you want to talk about.
That's it.
And that's it. And most of them are mumbling. They really ain't saying much.
They're not saying anything.
No.
So do you ever find yourself say, let me get back in the studio and see if I still got it?
No, you know what, man? I was on a golf course one day, and my best friend Willie Miles.
I know Willie.
A couple other friends, Willie Miles and Brent Mosley, and who else was there with me? Lamont.
Was this a tournament the other day that we played in?
No. It was another tournament. So we just sitting there talk about how stupid rap had gotten. And we sit there and we made up a song on the golf course. And it was funny, but it was actually pretty good when we thought about it. And we was like, shoot, I gotta go put a beat to that, man.
Record this.
We can make one hit, take the money, and go on about our business,
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, we was talking about tear that shit up. And I was like, can I cuss on the air?
You good. It's too late now. We can't believe you no more.
You already said it.
My bad. I'm sorry.
You can't say it then say, can I do it?
That's funny.
Well, it just dawned on me. I got in trouble for that one time. Big fine. Got me so much.
I know bleeps.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx got me in trouble one time. Big time. I got fined big time for that. Yeah, but we was like, Willie was talking about I had hit the ball, and he was like, man, you tore that shit up. And I said, yeah, we started laughing about it. He said, yeah, that's the new rap song, tear that shit up. And all of a sudden, we just started doing it. And he started doing a beat, and we started singing it. I can't remember how it went now, but man, it was so good. We looked at each other like, shit, maybe we should go record.
Go in the studio.
Yeah, now if you hear a new song called Tear That Shit Up, you know it started right here.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna call it, instead of Feel the Fresh Crew, we just call it the Fresh Crew. Because we can't use Feel no more.
No, say he's still sending it in to 411 Radio Network. You gotta play this new song.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't hear you say that.
Yeah.
I'll play
That's how it started. It was funny.
That is funny. Oh my goodness.
The industry has changed so much since you was in it then than it is now.
I have a bad habit of talking to DJs, and we talk about that. And I tell them, when I left the airways, I left it to them, and they disappointed me. I don't have a problem with telling them, you guys, if you're listening, you disappointed me.
They told that shit up.
There you go. We gave them a platform to take and keep running with, and the way myself, you, Shay, the Big Al, Snake, Casanova Rock, all those guys,
Nemesis,
Nemesis, all of them guys, man. We had, now we might have battled each other, but we had a code. You know what I'm saying? Nemesis parties would get. I mean, the all Hardy Death Party crew.
All Hardy Death Party, yeah.
Their parties would get big because they would follow what me and Shay would do.
Mm-hmm.
I followed Shay, they followed me, and so on and so on. So we created this platform that made a certain amount of money. Let me say this again: that made a certain amount of money, and we didn't deviate from that. When somebody called to DJ a party, it cost you this amount of money. Didn't like it? Go about your business. Because I didn't look at myself as a DJ. I looked at myself as an artist. Because when a band gets up there, you pay a band like it's an artist. And damn it, I'm the same way. If that band can bring in people, so can I. So I didn't necessarily need the radio to do it. I needed the radio to advertise, but I found before we had all the Facebooks and everything, I used to put posters up on the poles.
Yeah.
I used to put posters on the poles. So I didn't necessarily need the radio to advertise. So I found 2 and 3 avenues to advertise these parties. And so the biggest party I ever did was at the convention center, downtown Dallas. And we pulled 12,500 people for a party. Wow. No band, just me.
Ooh.
Wow.
That was a piece of change there, wasn't it?
Back then at $10 to $15 a head, yes it was.
That was a piece of change there, yeah.
I paid the convention center and took everything else home.
Walked away. You say, I'm good.
I'm good. Went on vacation for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So Nemesis, you mentioned Nemesis. How often did you guys kind of talk to each other?
We bump heads all the time.
Yeah.
We didn't like each other. We love each other now. We didn't like each other then. No, I couldn't stand the guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. I couldn't stand them. And by the time we really start talking to each other, we realized we had all the same common goals. Everybody wanted to just get on a record, do a record, become big, and represent Texas. Now, even though I came from Compton, I have a lot of love for Texas. I tried my damnness to put Texas on the map because Compton was already there.
It was already there.
I was trying to put Texas on the map. So people don't realize that Texas has tons and tons and tons of talent. I'm not talking about just DOC and Erykah Badu and stuff like that. I'm talking they have talent that people have never discovered, that I have seen before. That people just these record companies. Well, now it's totally changed. But back then, these record companies sleep on Texas, man. They do. That's why it was so easy for me to infiltrate and do what I did.
Well, you know why you was able to do that? This is the thing about Texas, or even Dallas. Is Dallas loves to embrace people that's outside of Dallas. You got talent here that they don't embrace. The labels don't embrace them.
They don't support them.
The stations don't embrace them or nothing like that. But if you're outside of Dallas, you can come in and they'll embrace you like your own. Like one of my good friends, you familiar with Sherlock? A guy named Sherlock. He wrote the song "Go to School, Don't Be a Fool, Get an Education."
Okay.
One of the bad straps, he can sit there and you can throw him a word and he can rap about it just right there. Then embrace him. Another guy, Chameleon, Jay Swift the Chameleon. Didn't embrace him.
I've heard of him. I don't know him, but I've heard of him.
Yeah, a lot, and he was good like that too. There's a lot of that.
I'm gonna tell you one guy that, and I'm gonna say it right here in your show. I'm gonna tell you this guy, if he'd have ever got a chance, and he's still trying to rap today, and he's got grown kids and carrying on. He might even have a grandchild or not.
Probably 80 years old. Come on, I can do it again.
But I'm telling you, this boy is one of the baddest. And if I had met him back when I met DOC, I probably would have chose him.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. I probably would have. And both of them were great lyricists. But I love Fiasco. Is it Fiasco? I'm saying his name. I'm saying his name wrong. Not Fiasco.
No. I know who you're talking about.
I know who you're talking about. I saw him.
Lupe Fiasco?
No. Now he's gonna kill me because I always do this to his name.
And it's not even because I saw you on an interview with one of the lady DJs and y'all couldn't get it correct.
What's the name of his song? Did he put a song out?
So many damn songs out. He just didn't get a break.
No.
something with a P, man. Dang it, it's gonna drive me crazy.
What's the
man.
name of the song?
I don't know the name of the song. I don't know the name of any of the song.
And it's funny because the same conversation.
Find out who he is. We just need to know a song.
DJ Eddie D called him George Clinton's bastard stepchild. That's him. That's a great
Picasso
analogy of what
Picasso,
he is.
Picasso.
Picasso. That's it. Picasso.
Picasso. Ta-da!
The dude is just, man. I just wish I had met him back then, because I probably would have had them both. I probably would have found out a way to have both of them, because this dude was so, and he still is. He has a mind that's just
ticking, crisp.
Yeah.
And he's here in Dallas?
Yeah, he's in Dallas. Yeah, Picasso. And I'm telling you, he has some. I would probably change him just a little to make him mainstream, but he was so good that whatever I'd have done to him just would have made him just. I would have said, "Let me just fix you a little bit for radio," and then I was going to just turn him loose.
Yeah, the wife says he's very eccentric.
He is eccentric. He is, and he's probably, like I said, outside of the DOC here in the DFW, as far as rappers is concerned. Those two right there, I would have stuck all my money behind. I don't care.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. He was. I just met him at the wrong time in life.
So who's one of the better producers here in Dallas?
That'd be my man out of Fort Worth, Erotic D.
Okay.
Oh Lord, did he say Erotic D?
Remember
I worked for him?
Yeah, I remember that too.
I would have to say Erotic D. Erotic D also ghostwrited in the NWA camp.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Dallas had about 5 people out of Dallas that did things in the NWA camp that does not show up on the
nobody knew about,
because they gave them money. They just gave them the paper and told them, go about your business, and they did.
You ever work with Faz Clark?
Who?
Faz.
Oh, Faz. Yes. Yeah. Faz is a good producer. Faz is good. I've done some stuff with Faz. Faz is good.
Yeah.
But you asked me who did I think was the best.
I know. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, he did work. He did the Cole Beasley.
You bet your Faz is bad.
Yeah, Cole Beasley.
Yeah. So back in the day, did you ever want to be? Because I used to do these celebrity basketball games.
Yeah, I used to do them too.
At Lowe's Stadium.
It ain't the one where I got in trouble, is it?
Huh?
You're not going to bring that up, is you?
No.
I got in trouble. Okay.
No, I'm leaving it alone.
Okay, all right. I actually had a fight at a basketball game when I was playing with Kevin.
Which one? Was okay, so you had so the ones I was with, we had that's where DeAndre Wiggins was there. We had, golly, I'm trying to figure out. We had Big Daddy Kane was there. We had Father MC was there. Yeah. Was that the one or the other one where we had?
It was. I can't remember. We were K104 basketball team was playing somebody at Lowe's.
Okay.
And it was a big crowd, and the dude kept fouling me, and he said something smart. And so when I went over to the bench, he said something else, and I said, "Man, why don't you just shut up? It's a basketball game for charity, bro. Just shut up." And he said something that I just didn't like, and so, and when we got back on the court, I gave him an elbow right in the rib.
Ooh.
Oh well, he turned around, he took a swing, and he missed. Never miss a brother from Compton.
You should have hit him.
Isn't it like the scene out of White Boy Can't Jump?
Yeah.
And he got elbow.
He took a swing and he missed, and so I hit him, and after that, they broke us up, and as they were getting ready to call the basketball games, I was sitting near a chair, and I felt the chair behind me, and I just went WWE. I picked up the chair. And I got in so much trouble with K104 for that. They suspended me for a week off the radio. They weren't going to suspend me too long because their ratings was that. They weren't going to do that.
Right.
I got suspended for a week. I got fined like $5,000 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we had one where Dondre Whitfield and Vanilla Ice got into it.
No.
On the practicing. Because Vanilla Ice, Vanilla Ice was, yeah. From Richardson.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait, I just have to say this, Dr. Rock. You know, you and Vanilla Ice need to hook up because you know he's into the whole real estate thing and reconstruction and buildings and stuff. Okay, maybe not. All right.
No.
He did too much wrong. He did too much wrong back in the day for me to ever forgive him for it.
He sure did.
Okay, well then never mind.
Because didn't he mess over the Ichiban Records label too? Remember?
Oh yeah, with Tommy Kwan.
Yeah, tore that label up.
Man. The way I see it, man, he made enough money to, and the things he could have did with people from Dallas, he claimed other things and did other stuff. He was never an alpha, so he got busted on that one.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bunch of stuff. What was that? What is that? I can't see that.
What did I say? Picasso.
That's Picasso. Yeah. That's Picasso. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Bad boy. Like I said before, if he ever got the right producer behind that dude, even at his age, he is still that cold.
Because you never forget it, do you?
If he was, I'm going to say something. If he could do it and not want to be in the videos or in front of anything, just him doing it, let somebody else take the credit. Let somebody else Milli Vanilli him. He would sell platinum in a month. I'm serious.
Now watch, he finna look you up and say, hey, how can we get this done? If he's watching.
Right.
He got my phone number. I'm telling you, I said this to this dude before, man. I love him to death. I love him. I think I done been on a few shows and I've talked about him a few times on a few shows. And I'm gonna say the same thing I always say. That dude is talented. I don't give a damn what nobody say. If you put him in with the right producer in the right era,
done.
I'm telling you, oh my goodness. Do the video of girls just dancing just with his voice. I guarantee you it'd sell.
Wow.
See,
by the time they realized he was an older guy, it would be too late. He'd already made $1 million.
Yeah, so he was tagged, so he's gonna probably look at this and we're gonna see what happens.
Wait, tag me, send me that. I want to see this.
It's in the comments.
It's in the comments.
Oh.
Yeah.
He is a very talented dude. I would say that all the time. He is.
Yeah. So what's next on your schedule? What you got up these days?
Well, the mortgage company is doing well. I'm gonna try to. I think within the next 5 years, I'm gonna try to create me some sort of company that I could use with my holding company, and try to, without me giving it away, because I'm still trying to patent some of this stuff. I'm gonna try to find a way to help African Americans get a home a whole lot easier. I'm trying to find little things to do. I'm trying to see how it works. I got some great friends in this business. Shelton Beckno, man, I must pick his brain constantly. That is one of my dudes. Even though I don't tell him everything, I pick his brain because in this business, you got to have smart people around you. And that brother, and you can tag him too, Shelton Beckno. He is, that is a smart brother. There's no doubt about it. I really look up to him. He's younger than me, but I promise you, I look up to him, and I get amazed at some of the stuff he comes up with that he does, and it just gives me fuel to get better at this craft. It's always that one person that pushes you, and him, and then my girl Tiffany. Oh my God, Tiffany is the bomb too. So I got two people that just constantly gets me going, and just constantly pushes me. And I always talk to them, and we all collab all the time. And we just, from where we came from in this business and where we are now, it's amazing. Phenomenal.
Well, can I say this? I would love to talk to you if possible, because like one of the things that I have been building like a database. I've always wanted to get into buying notes and our tax liens. And you know, I know Texas, you know, there's a holding period. So I've always been interested. I've been studying that for the past few years.
So my question is, if you buy the tax liens, and I'm sorry, I'm going to get off
Oh
track
no,
a
yeah,
little
go
bit.
ahead.
When you buying the tax liens, you purchasing the tax liens from the city, correct? You buy them from the city.
Right.
Once you buy the tax liens, you have to give the person a certain amount of time to pay you back.
So the city gives them a letter, sends them a letter to let them know they have a certain amount of time. But for Texas, the state of Texas, there's a 2-year, I believe, a 2-year period. So they have 2 years to pay you? They have 2 years to pay up their taxes. Right. So in all reality, I thought that was stupid, but that's just in the state of Texas. There's a lot of states that don't have that period where if you pay the back taxes on that home, that title becomes free, that deed is free and clear to you. So, you know, that's what I want. I want free and clear.
These tax liens are houses. Most of them probably. These tax liens are on houses that doesn't have another lien on them, correct?
Right. So say for instance, like you owe back taxes on your home. And so the city the city can put a lien on your home.
But does that have a mortgagee already? Otherwise, a mortgage company, do they still own a note on the house?
No. So so even if it's under a mortgage company and you're paying your mortgage, but you're not paying your taxes, then a person can walk in and look at that list and see and pick them, because some of them are a few dollars to, you know, thousands of dollars. So you pay that plus the percentage.
Here's the question I have on that. If it's a mortgage company involved, 9 times out of 10, the mortgage company is going to pay the taxes.
Yeah.
Turn around and assess it back to the borrower, and if they don't pay it, then they'll just foreclose. No mortgage company in the world. Now a few may slip through, but a mortgage company will always go and pay the taxes if you don't. Because only reason that is because taxes supersede a mortgage. Right. So the city will say, hey, somebody got to pay us. And the mortgage company say, that's all right, we'll pay them. And then we're going to tax the borrower. If they don't pay us, then we'll just foreclose upon the house. Yeah. Now, when you're talking about tax liens of people that don't pay their taxes, but the house is owned by them, but they just don't pay the taxes. That one I understand. But still, if I got to wait 2 years to get to get my money.
Taxes is 2 years, and if they do pay it, then the county or they'll give you your money back. If they don't pay it, then they have that time frame to pay it, and if they don't, then the county will actually turn the deed over to you, and now you own the home free and clear. So then you can let them know, hey, you can stay in it, but now you're paying me.
So I'm pretty sure that the city will tell you can get your money. You can now charge them the money that you spent for it, plus reasonable amount of fees. That key word is reasonable, right? Okay, because I've heard of something like this, but I just decided never to get into that. I went across a few of those things, and so it's kind of like it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. But if you can find that needle in the haystack, you find a couple of them. So you'll find somebody that has a paid for a house, that a house worth $300,000, they forgot to pay the taxes. Yeah, I'll jump on that in a heartbeat. Okay, you got but you got 2 years to pay me
in the state of Texas.
But then
it's called a 2-year redemption period.
But then you got land. You can do land like that all day long.
Yeah. You can buy the land like crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've always loved real estate. Real estate has always piqued my interest. Besides radio and music.
I'm gonna put you up on some game. I put some other friends on game the other day. I can show you how to take a 30-year note and pay it off in 15 years without putting an extra payment.
Come on now.
You want to hear that one?
You know, time is short, but
how much I got? 8 minutes? I'm looking at the clock. 8 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna take it real quick.
6 minutes and like 45 seconds.
All right. So if you have the banks do their banking just like everybody else. They late on the 15th if they don't pay their bill, and by the 30th, it's 30 days late. You put it on the credit report. Well, they accrue interest from the 1st to the 31st. Okay, so if you make your payment on the 1st, and then turn around and make any payment, I don't care what it is, between the 14th and the 16th, it could be $100. it stops the accrual of interest from the 15th to the 31st. So you get 15 days with the free interest. The only reason that happens is you've already made your obligation to them in the beginning.
Right.
So they're accruing that interest. You make the second payment, the computer will not accrue interest because it thinks that you paid twice. It knows that you paid twice, and they can't accrue interest off the second one because you've already made your obligations. So if they accrue interest off the second one, it's against the law. So the computer doesn't know the difference between the two, and they've had the same banking system since the 1800s. They're not going to change the whole banking system for 1% of the world because that's the only amount of people that actually does it.
So the first 15 years is what you pay. The second 15 years is the interest. So that's
the interest.
You make your first payment.
Right.
The second payment is principal reduction only. I don't care how much it is.
And
Principal
it
reduction only.
takes away the interest.
You have to do it between the 14th and the 16th. If you don't, they'll put it in suspense and it'll sit off to the side because they still want to accrue that interest. So the first time you do it, they're going to try to put it in suspense. Pick up the phone and call them and say, no, I meant to do that.
Apply it to principal.
Apply it to the principal. And they won't ever bother you again.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's probably, I'll give you about $10,000 with the free.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No, Tamika, he didn't because he's finna send the bill after this call. The bill is coming after the call, so get ready. But hey, Doctor, it's good having you on. I want to have you on again. See what you're doing a little bit later on. We're starting our football season up again. You know, football is starting up again.
Man, I just got through drafting my fantasy teams in 2 different leagues.
Yeah, I did my draft Sunday, and then we do a pick section every week of pick the best team who's gonna win. If you want to be on it, I'll send you an email.
Pick the best team. Okay.
It's a pick section. Okay, Dallas against LA. Who's gonna win? Just like that. We're not doing any. It's not by the numbers and nothing like that. We're not. It's just head on.
Well, can women get into this?
Yeah, I'll send you an email.
Are you doing this?
I'm in it.
Okay, because I'm a football fan, and so I want to play.
Now I win.
No, you don't.
Just let y'all know.
No, you don't.
I got.
Don't let him fool you. Oh no.
But so I'll send y'all the link after we get off, so y'all can get in. Go ahead and pick today or tomorrow, because first game is tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and bragging rights. This is for bragging rights.
I got you.
This is gonna be
no, wait a minute. We don't make no money off this?
No, that's just for fun. I mean, you do side bets.
There you go. Now we talking.
Yeah, we do side bets all day long.
Time is money, man.
Just like golf. Yeah, that's like golf. You can do side bets all day long. And y'all didn't win. Y'all didn't win that past tournament, did you?
We got into the playoff, and we ended up, the team that actually won it all is the team that beat us.
Oh.
Yeah, they were good, and we just made one mistake, and I'm kicking myself because I should have exerted that leadership role and said we're gonna do this, and instead we went majority rule, and it was the wrong choice.
Yeah, that's what I heard. You went with the wrong ball.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that's what I heard. We were so the last team that got in the playoffs was shot at 56. We shot at 57.
We shot at 52.
No. Well, yeah. I mean, but we shot at 56, 57. Hey, we shot at 56. We would have been in. We would have been in the playoffs too.
Did you shoot at 56 or did the pencil shoot at 56?
No. We shot at 56. Because trust me, the pencil could have shot at 53. Because there was
we shot a legitimate 52. A legitimate.
Yeah. We shot a legitimate 57. There was a couple of balls that was right inch high to the hole. We said, no, he's going to do it right.
You see all these trophies behind me. I know you see them.
Yeah, I see them.
It's just a few, but I got a lot more.
Yeah, I see a couple of golf trophies over there, Yeah, we're going to have to get back out on the golf course, though. Next time you go, let me know. Next time you go, let me know. I'm building my game up.
We actually going to Possum Kingdom Lake this weekend for a tournament.
Oh, really? Possum Kingdom Lake. I remember that lake. Back in the 70s, I used to go to camp over there. Camp Great Spruce over on Possum Kingdom Lake. Back in the 70s. Yeah. But we got to get out of here. We got to let you go. This has been 411 Sports Talk Radio. Oh, God, dog.
What?
I'm ready for sports.
It's already the name of the show.
You're not gonna let me do the website where people can go buy.
That's what I'm gonna ask you. How can we get in touch with you? How can people get in touch with you?
If you want to buy a house, seriously, let's just start there. If you want to buy a house, hit me up. It's my name, www.cleoturner.com. Fill out an application. When you think you can't buy a house, you'd be surprised how many people this year that we've gotten in the houses that told me they didn't think they could ever. Matter of fact, today I closed on a house for George Huff. You know who that is?
Yeah, he was the guy on the movie, the awards thing. The Voice, not The Voice. What's the other one?
American Idol.
American Idol.
He closed on his house today. I was the lender.
What?
Yeah, he was so happy. That's a great guy. I love him.
He's very sweet and very humble.
He is very humble.
Very humble.
I keep telling me, man, he's extremely humble.
Yeah.
Did you already put it in there?
No, I hadn't put it in. So we're gonna put that on the
Yeah, make sure we add that to the scroll.
Yeah. Listen, even if you're not ready and you don't think you're ready, let me tell you what to do to get you ready. Let's go there. But yeah, his interest rate today, and I'm not gonna say a person's interest rate who I closed today was a 2.5.
Shut up.
What?
I ain't gonna say nothing else. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
That's almost like he's speaking like when I left.
And the website again is
CleoTurner.com.
CleoTurner.com. Okay, Facebook Live. You guys heard it here first. If you are looking for a house, and there's many of us that are out there looking for homes right now. We don't want apartments, but we want homes.
Everybody.
2.5%.
It's time. 2.5%.
We'll be calling you.
That's amazing.
2.5%. Yeah.
www.cleoturner.com.
Interest rates are as low as they've ever been. There's never been interest rates this low in history. So if you're not out there looking for a house now, you're not thinking. Because it's not going to go down. It's going to go up.
Right. So you get it in. You get in now. Get in where you fit in now.
Nice. Did you put it on? Oh, you put it on YouTube too.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. So
my daughter's looking for a house, so I'm gonna make sure we get with you.
Yeah, your phone's gonna blow up.
I'm gonna blow up every day, brother.
Well, I believe it.
What time do you close?
What time do you close?
What's your office hours?
Sometimes you'll catch me doing work at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Okay, we're gonna call you after the show then.
Oh no, that's called passion. It's not work. That's passion.
No.
Be passionate.
Doc, as long as your office hours are not 9 to 5.
I was thinking the same thing. Don't be hanging folks out no windows.
Right. 9 to 5.
I hear you.
All right, this has been 411 Entertainment Spotlight.
Thank you.
I'm ready for sports on 411 Radio Network. Again, you can go to CleoTurner.com to get his information. Give him a call. You can even call, I don't know, I call him Doc, but he's CleoTurner.com. It's been nice. This has been really nice.
Yes.
And we'll bring you back on sometime to find out once you get everybody houses that we know, we all gonna be on there talking about thank you.
Man, I would love to do that. I would love. Listen, I tell you what, the first one that calls me from your show, yeah, go on the website, fill out the application. The first one that said it came from your show, I'm gonna take care of them. I'm gonna see about cutting their fees.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, does that include us too?
I'm going to fill it out right now.
You know what? I
Look,
said for your
you got playing.
He's like y'all are family.
I know I said for your
Somebody that's
clients.
watching the show.
Right, look.
Wait, he gonna get off and see a application right there. As soon as you get out of turn, oh dang, they already filled it out.
You think I'm about to fill it out right now?
And she ain't playing either.
I'm not playing.
No, she went to it. I saw that. She went to it. Yeah.
All right, this has been Cedric Lyons, Tim McVie, Dr. Rock. I'm glad to have you on. We are gonna get out of here. Boy, if I had Dr. Funk, we'd get out with Dr. Funk.
I got you, man.
But we should have got out with I hate to go to work. Because tomorrow we gotta go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll get it up. We'll get it up tonight.
All right. We'll talk to you. We'll see y'all when we see you.